Hello, Homestead. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence.
From Homestead Media, this is HHS In-Depth.
Welcome back to HHS In-Depth. On today's show, we'll give you a first-hand look at the returning homecoming dance and share information about how the Homestead Technology Department is allowing a new use of AI in schools. Caroline Burns has your weekend weather outlook, plus we'll share other stories from around the school you won't want to miss. And to wrap things up, Atticus Dean delivers the next episode of Down to the Wire, recapping this past week in Homestead athletics. All that and so much more coming up right now on HHS In-Depth. Hello, Homestead. It's Friday, September 12th, and thank you for joining us today on HHS In-Depth. I'm Olivia Butler.
And I'm Bella Cook. And Olivia, I am so excited for homecoming next weekend. I'm so thrilled that the weather is finally going to be warm for our fall dance.
I could not agree more, Bella. In fact, I've already gotten my dress for homecoming, and I cannot wait for next weekend. In fact, in recent years, Homestead has hosted a semi-formal dance each December. But before that, traditions included a homecoming dance and even a Sadie Hawkins dance. Now Homestead is shaking things up and bringing back the beloved homecoming dance, a tradition that's been missing for years. To tell us what we can expect as students from this exciting update, here's reporter Kaya Noem.
After semi, some of us threw out the idea of doing a homecoming dance just because we thought it would do better and get more students involved. Because a lot of people like to do the activities before the dance but don't like to come to the dance. So we want to try to get as many students as involved as possible to come to the dance. So we sent out a survey last year before the school year ended with a lot of students saying they would rather do homecoming than the semi-dance. So we ultimately decided to make the switch at the end of the school year.
Even though Homestead has switched from semi to homecoming, the dances will still be pretty similar with the same rules applied.
It's a dance that's only open to Homestead students, so freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors are able to attend, but it's closed to outside guests.
Tickets have been on sale all this week for $15. On Monday, September 15th, the prices will increase to $20. You can buy the ticket during your lunch, but if you decide late that you want to still come, you can buy them at the door.
The dance is going to take place in the cafeteria, so students will be able to park in the parking lots around door 1 because there's nothing going on campus that night. So all the lots that are around door 1 will be where you're able to park at.
I definitely think all students should try it out at least this year. See if this is something you would like to come to every year. It's just a fun event to get involved with school if you don't want to do clubs or sports, and have fun with your friends and go out for a night.
The dance will be Saturday, September 20th from 7 to 10 p.m. Make sure to bring your homecoming ticket and your student ID. There will be fun, dancing, and snacks, so make sure to show up. Kaya Noem, HHS In-Depth.
Thanks, Kaya, for the story and the exciting news about the upcoming homecoming dance.
And now we go beyond Homestead.
Conservative political activist Charlie Kirk, founder and president of Turning Point USA, was shot and killed Wednesday during an event at Utah Valley University. The event was part of his American Comeback Tour with future stops planned, including one later this month at Utah State University. Kirk's college appearances have often sparked controversy, with some student groups organizing petitions and protests. The shooting happened approximately 20 minutes into his appearance. Videos circulating online appear to show Kirk being shot in the chest or neck before collapsing. Chaos erupted as attendees fled the courtyard amid screams. A few hours after the shooting, President Donald Trump confirmed Kirk's death in a public statement. The suspect has yet to be detained at the time of this recording. In other news, the 40th annual MTV Video Music Awards took place Sunday night in New York. For the first time in the award show's history, a genre-specific category for country music was introduced. The new Best Country category highlighted 6 standout videos, with artists like Jelly Roll, Morgan Wallen, and Lainey Wilson credited for elevating the genre's visibility on the mainstream stage. Megan Maroney made history as the first ever winner of the award, taking home a Moon Person for her hit single, Am I Okay?
Thank you, Bella. For some news outside the walls of Homestead, stick around. More HHS In-Depth is coming your way.
Welcome back to HHS In-Depth.
Following the success of last year's Read Under the Lights, Homestead High School will host Arts Under the Lights next Thursday, September 18th. The event will showcase both performing and visual arts programs from all SAC schools, along with food trucks and plenty of live performances throughout the night. The event runs from 6 to 9 p.m. at the football stadium, and admission is free. You won't want to miss it. As this September approaches, auditions for Homestead's annual fall play are coming up fast. The fall play Rumors was written by Neil Simon and includes an exciting story filled with tension and humor, sure to bring dazzling light to the Homestead stage.
So we last did this play in 2017, the fall of 2017, and it's one of my favorites that I've ever directed or been a part of. So I'm really excited to get back into it with a new cast. One of my favorite parts is always just the audition process and seeing who shows up and figuring out how we're going to do the whole casting. I would say come audition for the fall play. It's a much shorter rehearsal process than our musical is, but it's a great time. It's a smaller cast, so it's a more intimate group to get to know each other better, and we always have a great time.
Auditions for Rumors are Monday, September 15th in the choir room after school from 3 to 5 p.m. If you are interested in auditioning for this spectacular play, you can write your name on the sign-up sheet outside the choir room door. And if you have any further questions, you can email Mr. Shaw at the email address shown below.
The Homestead Speech and Debate team will hold its first informational call-out meeting for the 2025-26 season on Monday, September 15th, right after school at 2:45 p.m. in room B2032. That's Mr. Trice's room. If you were on the team before, or if you're curious about joining this exciting academic team, make sure to attend. Come learn how you can sharpen your speaking skills, compete, and represent Homestead this year.
Homestead student government seniors have been working on a special project this past month, designing a banner as a tribute to the class of 2026.
The senior checklist is a list that me, as well as student government, have been creating these past couple weeks to really check off the main events of the senior year, the highlights.
The senior checklist will be hung up right across from the Legacy Gym, so stay on the lookout for it and the events that are being checked off.
Tonight, at our first home football game against Northrop, a student-run nonprofit organization is raising money for women with breast cancer who are enduring chemotherapy treatments at hospitals in Fort Wayne.
My mom had breast cancer, so we just wanted to create a gift that would lift women's spirits after they had long chemotherapy and hospital days. At football games, there's like a tailgate before the game starts, and we'll have a table with buckets for donations. And then at one of the football games, we're going to pass buckets around so that people can donate money. And then on one of the Jumbotrons, we'll have our Venmo up on the screen so people can donate.
Show out to the game tonight in support, and be sure to donate during the fundraiser at the conclusion of the first quarter.
Want to boost your college application and have fun while you're at it? Check out Homestead's academic teams. This includes Spell Bowl, Quiz Bowl, and Super Bowl. Competitions that aren't just for the top of the class, but for anyone who enjoys learning and a little friendly competition. There will be a call-out meeting on Wednesday, September 17th, right after school in room C1007. That's Mr. Kohlglazer's room. And yes, snacks will be provided. If you can't make it or have questions, email Mr. Kohlglazer at the email address shown here.
This past Wednesday, members of SAD, Students Against Destructive Decisions, and the Mindful Youth Club took part in the 11th annual candle lighting ceremony. The event honors and remembers those lost to suicide, while also raising awareness about mental health. As part of their efforts, both clubs shared important suicide prevention resources and helpline information with students.
This event took place at Swing Park Pavilion. Both of our booths were set side by side, and we shared materials on why it is so important to have a club at your school, to get involved, that feeling of loneliness, and how just having people around you can really make a difference, especially at an event that talks about such a heavy topic like suicide.
Tomorrow, be sure to lace up your walking shoes for the 26th Annual Buddy Walk, a celebration supporting individuals with Down syndrome. The event runs from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. in Parkview Field.
My favorite experience at the Buddy Walk is just getting to recognize our friends that have Down syndrome and celebrating who they are, and just making a community event out of it where everyone's just one big happy group celebrating all their friends.
Go out and show your support tomorrow, all while raising awareness and celebrating inclusion. It's a great way to make a difference in our community.
From September 22nd to the 26th, a statewide initiative called College Go Week will give you the chance to apply to many Indiana colleges for free, with absolutely no application fees. The goal of this campaign is to reduce barriers and open up opportunities for high school students planning for higher education. Whether you're aiming for a 4-year university, a community college, or another post-secondary path, College Go Week supports all future plans. For more information, reach out to your counselor or visit the website below.
AI misuse in schools is a growing concern, from writing essays to solving math homework. It's often seen as a shortcut. But what if AI could actually help students and teachers in meaningful ways? Now the Homestead Technology Department is exploring a new positive use for AI. Reporter Eli McAllister has more on their innovative plans.
Artificial intelligence is one of the most used programs in modern-day technology, and it is constantly evolving. However, it's often misused and misunderstood in the classroom.
Over the summer, the district won a grant from Magic School AI, a program to benefit students' learning. With this grant, teachers have been given the opportunity to use this AI to help their students.
If the teacher is not comfortable using AI, if the teacher is not comfortable with the students using AI, it's just a tool in the teacher's tool belt. And within Magic School AI, there's nearly 90 different variations of tools that teachers can use both with students or just as a teacher tool to help them prepare.
That the goal is within school is that we teach you how to use it responsibly so that when you're outside of the four walls and using it outside in college, then you can expand on that and use it in a responsible way that supports your learning.
This new Magic School AI grant has the potential to completely change how classrooms here at Homestead function, as long as it's being used appropriately. Eli McAllister, HHS In-Depth.
Thank you, Eli, for the story. Now it's time to hear more about what we can expect weather-wise this weekend.
Joining us in the studio now is weather reporter Caroline Burns. Caroline, can you tell us a little bit about what we can expect for this weekend?
I sure can, guys. The upcoming weekend temperatures are very much similar to the warm-up we got this past week. After last weekend's chilly temps, you can definitely expect a warmer night for the home football game versus Northrop, with sunny skies and a high of 83 degrees today. Look for it to stay sunny and 78 degrees right at kickoff. Show your Spartan pride by wearing anything red, white, and blue for the USA game theme tonight at home. Looking ahead into the weekend, Saturday will have partly cloudy skies with a warm high of 84. As for Sunday, things will get even warmer with a high of 88 under partly cloudy skies. Even though these temps are unseasonably warm, the lows at night will still dip down to the high 50s and low 60s. So keep that in mind for any weekend plans after the sun sets. Spartans, just be sure to get outside this weekend and enjoy these warm temperatures before the cooler fall months sneak up. Caroline Burns, HHS In-Depth.
Thanks for filling us in, Caroline. Stick around, more HHS In-Depth is coming up, including another edition of Down to the Wire after this break.
Tonight, it's the home opener at Dave S. Walters Memorial Stadium as your Homestead Spartans take on the Northrop Bruins in an SAC showdown. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. with live coverage right here on the Homestead Media YouTube channel.
Next week on HHS In-Depth, reporter Atticus Dean tells you about Interact Club's returning food rescue. Be sure to catch that story and more next week right here on HHS In-Depth.
Welcome back to HHS In-Depth.
Welcome back to Down to the Wire. As Spartan Fall sports continue, I'm Atticus Dean. Starting things off on the turf, last week the football team traveled to Southside to take on the Southside Archers. Junior quarterback Logan Frieden took control of the game as he threw for 2 touchdowns and also added 2 more with his legs, leading the Spartans to a 30-10 victory. The team will be back in action tonight at Homestead for the first home game of the year against Northrop. The game begins at 7 p.m. and don't forget, Interact Club will be doing face painting tonight for $1 to help support the theme of tonight's game, USA. So make sure to wear red, white, and blue and get your face painted as all proceeds go to Big Brothers Big Sisters. Our second-ranked tennis team defeated Warsaw on Wednesday, taking 4 of the 5 matches, which included 4 straight-set victories, including an impressive performance from Will Miller and Game Pasilich, who did not drop a single game in their doubles match. They're back in action Tuesday, where they host Carroll. Girls golf competed in 2 matches this week, including a close match against DeKalb on Tuesday that saw the Spartans coming up just short, losing 167 to 165. They will compete again on Monday against Leo. Now transitioning to the pitch, the boys soccer team dominated against Canterbury on Tuesday, winning 9-0. It was a complete team effort for the Spartans, but Caden Kreider led the way for the Spartans, scoring twice. The boys soccer team is back in action next Wednesday as they host Warsaw. That one begins at 7:15 p.m. The girls soccer team also took victory in their last match as they defeated Lawrence North 6-3. Channing Zyrath and Audrey Johnson both scored 2 goals and got an assist, keeping the Spartans undefeated and moving them up to number 4 in the state rankings. Their next match is against Mishawaka Marion at 11:30 a.m., that one being one of 2 games the Spartans host on Saturday. The girls volleyball team got back on track on Tuesday, beating Belmont 3-0 with set scores of 25-17, 25-22, and 25-17. which at the time brought their record to 7-5 on the season. Their next match will be Tuesday against Huntington North. Our girls cross country team competed in the Marion Invitational last Saturday, where they finished 2nd overall and had 2 Spartans finish in the top 10. They are back in action on Saturday at Northrop. This week's athletes of the week are Joe Garion and Daisy Neeser. At the Marion Invitational, Daisy ran a PR of 18:52. In the last 2 meets, Daisy's been an integral part of her team's success. Her dedication as a team member and a leader shines on and off the course. And in the championship of the Carroll Invite, Joe's win avenged a loss from a week ago, helping the number 4 Homestead tennis team beat the number 3 HSC team with a score of 3-2. That'll do it for this edition of Down to the Wire. Good luck to all athletes in competition this weekend, and make sure to follow Homestead Athletics on Instagram and Twitter for updates on Homestead sports. Olivia and Bella, back to you.
Thank you, Atticus, and thank you all for watching our show today.
Make sure to follow our socials to keep up with the latest news from Homestead Media.
We look forward to seeing you again next week for another episode of HHS In-Depth.
Enjoy your weekend, Homestead.